Well, good evening and welcome to the Bearcat Event Center for the sectional play in the Missouri State basketball tournament, Class 3. It'd be tonight's games with the Charleston Blue Jays, 21-7 from District 1, and the 21-3 Clearwater Tigers from District 2. I'm Terry McVeigh. With me is Marty Young. Marty, how did these teams get here?
Well, Class 3 District 1 Charleston Blue Jays winners in the first round over Malden 76-52. As the number 1 seed, that was a semifinal battle. In the championship, they bested Caruthersville 70-65 to be crowned District 1 Class 3 champions. For Clearwater, a little bit different route. Class 3 District 2 champions started out with a 69-37 victory over Scott City Rams. In the semifinals, they were 72-48 winners over St. Pius X. And in the championship, they defeated West County 49-43. Keys tonight, Terry, what do you think?
Tempo. I know Clearwater, we've been told they like to run, but I don't think they're going to be able to run with Charleston. I think Clearwater's going to have to try to control tempo and keep it at a slower pace, and Del Bogan.
Yeah, difference maker, averaging 25 points a game. Very complete player. We've heard also from the radio guy over here with Clearwater High School that Coach Bell sometimes he'll dictate tempo. Even though he likes to run, he's had times in ball games where he's pulled it out, been very deliberate, very patient, had a different objective. He appears to have the leading scorer tonight in Austin Ayers. Just about 4 or 5 games ago, Terry found out he went over the 1,000-point mark in his career. The 6'3 senior will be the go-to guy for Clearwater.
And again, the go-to guy, as I mentioned, for Charleston is, of course, Delfinko Bogan. He's averaging about 25 a game. He's also averaging 6.4 rebounds, which is second on the team, and leads the team with 3.3 steals and 2.8 assists a game. I'd say, along with Cavante Mitchell, maybe J.T. Jones, Del Bogan is the top player in Southeast Missouri.
Absolutely. Coming into this year, if you'll remember, through injuries, he ended up playing the last 10 or 12 as a starter for the Charleston High School team last season. But I thought maybe between him and Jimerson and Cavante, of course, Cavante's in a totally different category, but as a junior, you're comparing Bogan with Jimerson. What's remarkable, he's also 32% from three-point land. A phenomenal athlete. He makes people around him better. And, outside of that injury that got Dale into the starting lineup, they're losing 4 starters from last year for the most of the regular season. What a great job by Coach Farmer to get back to this point.
Well, Coach Farmer has, he's been there a long time. I think you mentioned that he had went over 700 victories in his career sometime this year. And he just has a good, consistent program, and that's what you need to have, the consistency of the program, and that's what you have to build. And Coach Farmer has done that. He's an excellent coach, and there's the Charleston way of playing basketball. And when these, and you well know that when they start playing basketball at Charleston, they learn the Charleston way, which means that even on the playgrounds, they're playing defense.
Playing defense, absolutely. Love the disciplinarian Coach Farmer he is and is at school every day. We'll be back just a moment with the starting lineups from Bearcat Event Center at Dexter High School.
Hi, I'm Cecil Weeks of Quality Center here in downtown Malden, where we've been in business since 1977. We have the best selection of Whirlpool and Maytag appliances. We also have the latest LCD, LED, and plasma high-definition televisions from LG and Sharp, as well as the finest furniture for your living room or bedroom. And don't forget, delivery is available. So come and experience the Quality Center Furniture and Appliance Store in downtown Malden.
Good sportsmanship toward officials, players, coaches, and other fans during the game. Respect those sitting around you at all times and enjoy tonight's contest. Now let's meet the participants. Our visiting team tonight will be the Charleston Blue Jays.
Okay, for the starting lineups, the Charleston Blue Jays will be the visiting team dressed in blue. They'll be going from left to right on your screen. 21-7, but Danny Farmer's been their longtime coach. Robert Bogan, a 5'11 senior. Austin Ayers will be starting for Clearwater. They're 21-3, coached by Lewis Bell. Delfinco Bowling, who we've talked about, number 20, a 5'10 junior.
Dominic Smith,
a 6-foot senior.
Demontrell
Shandor
Clark.
Webster, a 6'5 senior. Oh, okay. Hayden Clark, 6'3 junior, number 34. Devondre Moore, 5'8 sophomore, number 10. And Demontrell Clark, a 5'10 senior. Matthew D'Amico, a 5'9 senior.
The officials for tonight's contest, Jason Reed, Randy Probst, and Jason Leip. Excuse me. Got ready for tip-off here, the Class 3 sectional. Teams were giving their last-minute instructions. I have a score at halftime. Scott County Central leads Clarkton 45-30. Thank you, Mr. Quatermas, for that update. Shandor Webster jumping against Austin Ayers. Ball's knocked out of bounds. And Charleston will retain possession. Demontrell Clark will inbounds the basketball into Delfinco Bogan. Looks like a 1-2-2 zone. Clearwater comes out in.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to try to control tempo.
Webster with a three-point shot off the mark. Rebounded by Slack. Charleston, their patented man-to-man defense. Slack inside to Smith. The high post. Shot up, good. Davon Slack with the basket. 2-0 Clearwater early on.
Nice give and go down the lane for Slack. He's one of the better players that Clearwater has, and he is one of their scorers.
Webster inside, ball's tipped, stolen away by Ayers. Kicks out. D'Amico's off the mark, rebounded by Dominic Smith. Reverses to Slack. Slack penetrates. Out to Clark, reverses to D'Amico. Ayers pivots, loses the basketball. Webster with a steal. Shandor up the front court, off to Bill Bogan, lost in the lane. And recovered by Austin Ayers.
So far, any loose ball is going to Clearwater.
Yes. Challenged by Slack, basket good. Davon with all of the points so far for Clearwater. 4-0 lead, 6:22 remaining. Inside, basket's good. Delfico Bogan, 4-2. Now looks like Charleston's extending that man pressure.
And that's going to make it difficult for Clearwater to control the tempo if Charleston can amp the pressure up on the defense.
Got Bogan on Ayers. Roberts, one of the better on-ball defenders. Demontrell Clark. Good pressure on Dominic Smith. Now they reset the attack. Ayers gets the reverse pass. Off the mark with a three. Delfinco with the rebound. Basket's good by Bogan. We're tied at 4-all, 5:35 remaining. First quarter.
So far it's Bogan 4 and Slack 4.
Interesting. Matchups right there as well. Slack gets a reversal pass. It's like they're trying to spread the floor. Knocked out of bounds by Kelvondre Moore, the sophomore, 2 guard. Looks like Dominic Smith will inbounds the basketball, looking for the back cut. Shot is up and good. Give it to him, Davon Slack.
That's twice Slack's come down the lane and gotten layups.
Pass into the high post elbow area and look for the back cutter, right?
Yes.
Charleston looks like they need to move the basketball. Moore reverses. Robert Bogan looks in, reverses. Air ball by Moore. Out of bounds, says Mr. Leip. And Clearwater basketball. 4:41 remaining, first quarter. Clearwater 6, Charleston 4. Looks to be four-court man pressure. Terry, are you surprised Charleston's not coming out early pressing? Just trying to avoid foul trouble.
Yeah, they probably are. Of course, these are Southeast Missouri officials that are usually let them play, but again, Charleston really doesn't go that deep, and if they get in foul trouble, they're
travel. Nope, got the foul. I believe that'll be on Webster. Nope. Excuse me, DeMontrell Clark.
That's good. It's not on Webster. Webster has a propensity to get into foul trouble.
His first, team first. Dominic Smith at the line. First shot is up good. Into the game for Charleston, Tamontrell Horton. Tamontrell's a 6'2 senior. He started on and off at different times during the season. Second one's good. 8-4 Clearwater early on, 4:12 in the first quarter. Dale Bogan up front court. They're still looking at the 1-2-2 zone by Clearwater. Dale penetrates, looks in, scoop shot up and good. 8-6 Clearwater, the advantage early.
On that trip, Marty, Charleston got the ball inside to Robert Bogan, who was able to get it out to Dale Bogan, and then he had room to do some maneuvering.
Stolen away by DeMontrell Clark. Dale with the drive. He gets fouled. It should be a hold on the floor. Foul on number 12. That's Austin Ayers, his first. Team first as well. 3:32 remaining in first quarter. Dale Bogan to inbound the basketball to Webster, to Robert. 3-point shot, short. Rebounded by Matthew D'Amico. Slack sets the attack. Stolen, pushed.
Looks like they're saying that Webster touched it last, almost had the steal.
Coach Farmer telling him you didn't see the push. Ball inbounds, looks inside to Smith. Off the mark, Webster with a rebound. Charleston's going to be running. No, they're going to pull it out. Pass stolen away by D'Amico. Stolen back. Jump ball, possession error.
Those two
Clearwater. 2 minutes, 57 seconds remaining. First quarter. Clearwater 8, Charleston 6. Smith inbounds the ball to Ayers. Off his foot will be Charleston basketball. DeMontrell Clark to play it in to Robert Bogan. DeMontrell Clark to Dale Bogan. Shot off the mark. Clearwater basketball.
So far, Marty, Charleston's been getting one shot only. Clearwater's been doing a good job of blocking off the boards.
Seem to be playing into the hands of that zone. Need a secondary break maybe, Terry. What do you think?
Yes.
Or out past it. 5-second count, just says Jason Reed. Turnover. The ball will be given to Charleston. DeMontrell Clark, who signed with Southeast Missouri State University in football, inbounds the basketball to Dell. Over to Shandor. He looks in, drives right, pulls up. Shandor with a 2-point basket. Tie game, Terry.
We hadn't talked about Shandor Webster. He's second leading scorer on Charleston. Averages about 12 and a half. He's the leading rebounder, and now he just steals the ball very quick and can sky.
The dunk. Shandor Webster with the dunk, steal and the dunk.
I like it when I start talking about how high they can jump and they get a breakaway for a dunk. So
Shandor has shot up, nice, good shot.
Hayden
Clark with a basket, and we're all tied at 10.
The help defense was a little late for Charleston getting over.
Shandor, streaky. Shot is off. Rebound on the back by Tamontrell Horton. I think that'll be his first.
Oh, his first.
You know, Shandor's his strength is a perimeter, and they're having to have him as a post defender inside. He's worked hard on that part of his game for his team this season.
Yeah, he likes to play outside, but they need him in.
You know,
especially
Terry,
on the defense.
These guys are top-notch students as well. Drive, shot off, rebounded by Webster. Delfinco up the court. Looking, driving, pass to Clark. He loses the basketball. Clearwater.
Clark wasn't looking for that. He was looking for Bogan to go ahead and shoot.
Yeah, I thought there he might have had his way to the basket. He might have shot a one-on and shot that one. Now we'll still have the full court man. 1:15 remaining. We're tied up at 10. Slack being guarded by DeMontrail. He's primarily a strong defender. That's his role out there. Back cut.
Good back door.
I think they're going to get Robert Bogan. Yes. Shot is off by Ayers.
An excellent backdoor cut there by Ayers to get to the basket, and then the help defense, the weak side defense wasn't there.
Great job by Coach Bell. Wings crash. First shot up good by Ayers. He is their primary scorer, leading scorer at this point in the season. And the second one's good also for Ayers. 12-10 Clearwater with a minute remaining. Dale Bogan with the basketball. Over to Clark, back to Bogan. Jumper, pull up. Might have forced it. Rebounded by Smith to Slack. Clearwater looks like they're looking to get a quick shot. Stolen away by Robert Bogan. Deflected a pass. Shandor with the basketball. And now they set the attack. I'm not so sure I wouldn't go on with the break there, like a primary break. 28 seconds counting. Delfinco loses the basketball. I believe he gets pushed. Yeah.
That's going to be the foul out on
Dominic Smith. Two team fouls on Clearwater and 3 on Charleston. It's a good thing that fouls aren't a factor in the contest early on.
Well, it really hasn't been that physical a game so far.
Right. They're kind of checking each other out, aren't they?
Yeah.
Checking in for Clearwater, Tyrone Carroll, a 6'3 sophomore.
And Bryce Alcorn, a 6'2 sophomore. Clearwater has some size advantage just overall with several 6'2", 6'3 guys.
Webster looking over the top of the key. Over to Clark. Most of DeMontrail's points come off layups as a defender. He's going to look to pass the basketball first. Charleston with the basketball with 11.5 seconds remaining in the first. Bogan, the runner, and he's fouled. Good job by Coach Bell getting the 4 and 5 men out of the game. Nice to pick up that extra foul.
Yep.
Who was that on, Terry?
Tyrone Carroll, one of the guys that Coach Bell just brought in. That
Excellent move.
Saves your bench.
First one up and good by Delfinco. 6.1 seconds remaining. 12-11 Clearwater. Second one's good also. We're tied at 12. Clark guarding Slack. And Clearwater, the beginning end of the first quarter, Clearwater 12, Charleston 12. We'll be back in just a moment.
I chose Three Rivers College. Caring staff made it easy to enroll. I'm receiving affordable, quality college classes. Day, evening, and online classes let me work college into my schedule.
With locations throughout Southeast Missouri and over 200 course offerings, including online courses, Three Rivers can help you earn a college or career technical degree.
I chose Three Rivers College. You should too.
Enroll today. Learn more at trcc.edu. Three Rivers College. Success starts here.
Boo! Hey, where you going? Can't get by me. I'm #1 in this class. I rule this lab. I'm #1. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am a king! Woo!
You wouldn't do it there. So, don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk.
Welcome back to
We're back here at the Bearcat Event Center. We just got a text from Tommy Jaquez on the Scott Central Clarkton game. Scott Central is up 57-49, so Clarkton's coming back in that one. Starting the fourth.
Starting the fourth. Anybody's game yet. Charleston will inbounds a basketball. The winner of this Class 3 sectional match will play at Jefferson College Saturday at 2:45. Shandor Webster with a 2-point basket to give Charleston a lead.
He now has 6 in the game.
Slack being guarded by DeMontrell Clark. Robert Bogan guarding Austin Ayers. Hayden Clark's guarding DeMontrell Horton. D'Amico's guarding Delfinco. Dominic Smith's guarding Shandor. Jump ball possession, Clearwater.
Marty, I think you may see the Charleston defense start to be a little bit more effective as in this quarter and as the game goes on, because it's a defense that just kind of wears you down.
Yeah. It's hard to tell the intensity level way up as high as we are. There's close to a 5 count right there. If he's stolen away by Robert Bogan. Followed up, missed by Dale. Shot off by Webster. Rebounded by Slack. Basket's good by Davon Slack. 14 all, 6:50 remaining, second quarter. The winner of this one to get the winner of Winfield and Madison Prep on Saturday. Who was that basket? DeMontrell Horton with his first points. Blue Jays up 2, 16-14. Ayers, guard stolen away by Robert. Ayers better get up the floor if he score. Webster. Nice low post pass to Robert Bogan. Rebounded by DeMontrell Horton.
And again, their defense turned into offense on that one.
It's almost as if Coach Farmer just wanted to get minutes into the ball game, get people comfortable with the flow. Michael Kellum looking to check in for Charleston. Now their intensity level is turned up, Terry.
Yeah, they're just getting into the rhythm.
Good shot by Slack. He's hot, folks. Coach Bell needs to keep getting him the basketball.
Now those last two possessions, last two scores by Slack, those are difficult shots.
Yeah,
pulling up along the baseline, and he made them look easy.
Very well earned. Backside pass to Clark inside, reverse. Robert to Dale with a 3-point shot. Off. Webster with the offensive board. Reverses to Delfinco.
Notice, Marty, the last 3 trips down the court, Charleston's got multiple looks at the basket.
It's a good point. Pass deflected and stolen away by Slack. Up to Ayers. 2-point shot basket by Austin Ayers. You know, Terry, for 6'3", He has good handles, good perimeter skill, don't he?
He sure does.
For a kid 6'3". He looks comfortable out there, 2-guard. Inside, Horton with the shot fake. The basket by Tamontrell Horton.
Horton has 6 in this quarter, but that was caused by Webster being able to drive the baseline and penetrate.
Tamontrell is one of those players that hasn't played a lot in his career. He certainly blossomed and fit into coach's system very well to add some depth. Good pass. High-low pass. Help sides over just a little bit late. Horton gets the personal. The basket is good.
It's Horton's second.
Christian Allen into the game for Charleston. Also Michael Kellum. Out goes Robert Bogan into Montrell Horton. The shot up by Smith was off. We're tied at 20 all. 4:08 remaining in the second quarter. Shot up by, who is that? Christian Allen. The high post kind of left him alone as the zone overplayed.
Walk.
Travel.
Took a couple of steps before he went with the ball.
Allen plays the ball in. Earlier in the season, he had some knee trouble, and he's missed a lot of the season trying to rehab that knee. Shandor with the 3. Shandor Webster, 3-point shot. The lead is increased by 5.
Like you said earlier, Webster's a streaky shooter, and if he can get hot.
Rebound by Webster. Defensive board, and looks to be running with a primary break with all the way with the right hand. Shandor being a left-hander went to his right hand away from the defender, and now Charleston up 7. Timeout, Clearwater. We'll be back in just a moment.
I am Tyler Rowland Hubrecht. I am the Republican nominee for the special election and candidate for the 151st State Representative race. I will be your conservative voice in Jefferson City, committed to fighting for our Southeast Missouri values and principles. I am a lifelong resident of Stoddard County, and I look forward to meeting everyone in our district and talking with you. I ask for your support on August the 5th. Thank you. Paid for by Citizens for Tyler Rowland Hubrecht, Gilbert Woolard, Treasurer.
In 1958, my father Alan started in the car business, and today we're celebrating over 55 years in the car business.
A lot of things have changed.
Brands have come and gone. Models have been redesigned.
But one thing has always stayed the same.
Our commitment to our customers, our drive for complete satisfaction,
and our mission to give the best service in the area.
Professional grade runs in the family. Stop by today and see us at Allen Christian Buick GMC in Dexter.
Okay, we're back at the sectional game of the Class 3 State Basketball Championship. Charleston Blue Jays are on a 7-0 run to take a 27-20 lead. 3:19 left in the first half.
Looks like full court man-to-man pressure by Charleston. The ball gets thrown into Ayers. It's reversed to Smith. Back to Ayers. Drives and kicks. Number 22 in the ball game, Matthew D'Amico. 3-point shot's good. 27-23. Kellum can shoot it, too, from there. Michael Kellum, quarterback the football team.
Don't you love it when you're right, when you talk about how good a shooter they are and they nail one?
I've had these guys in class. He broke a wrist in football and had a really, really late start in basketball. Webster with the rebound, with the outlet pass. Gets stolen away by Slack. Stolen back by Delfinco. Looks for Cutters as he drives. Thought he might have drawn contact there. Rebounds his own miss. Kellum to Clark. Attaboy. Now he reverses and resets the attack. 2:20 remaining. 30-23 Charleston with the offensive possession. And middleman's moving. Stolen away by Slack. Slack's going to go in. Misses a layup. Hard to shoot over 6'6".
6'6" and a long 6'6".
Exactly. Charleston. Webster jump stops, reverses. It almost looks like that's a 1-3-1 at times, that middle man a move in that 1-2-2.
That's the second time that's been open.
DeMontrell usually doesn't look to score, Christian Allen, but he was so wide open. 3-shot, 3-ball by D'Amico. Matthew, 30-26, Charleston. Clearwater's hanging in there. Good, solid defense. Kellum back to Bogan. 3-point shot is off. That's a tired foul, Terry.
It is.
Shandor looked tired on that board. Robert Bogan's returning for Christian Allen. A good few minutes for Christian. Kind of like Scottie Pippen, Terry. Christian at one time was a basketball manager in middle school.
Really?
Never played middle school basketball. Tremendous job.
He came in and gave him some really good minutes.
Yeah.
Scored a couple of points and almost scored 2 baskets from the free throw line.
All of these role players have a lot to do with their success. Looks like we're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow will favor Charleston. 58 seconds remaining till halftime. Charleston 30-26. Mike Kellum will inbound the basketball to Dell. Dell dribbles into front court. Looks at Kellum. A little short with the 3. Slack coming up the floor, looking at D'Amico. Ball out of bounds on Delfinco Bogan. DeMontrell Clark returns for Charleston. Have Tyler Craig into the game in the 5-man spot for Charleston. He'll be your center. He's a shot blocker. Inbound to Slack. You think they'll hold it for 1? I would if I were Coach Bell.
I would, but I don't think they're going to.
Oh, balls, there you go. Tough layup by Bogan. 32-26, Charleston stretches their lead to 6. 25 seconds remaining. Ayers, front court, stolen away by Robert Bogan. Folks, this is how they make their living. Good defensive pressure. They foul Bogan. 21, that would be Dominic Smith. It's going to be his what?
Second.
Well,
that was good hustle by Dominic Smith to get back and commit the foul to save a layup.
You're right. Arguably, you'd think there's going to be 2 points there. Craig's asking for the basketball, posting inside. Think they're going to look perimeter here. 5 seconds remaining. Ball is stolen away by Smith. And halftime, Charleston Blue Jays 32, Clearwater Fighting Tigers 26. We'll be back in a few minutes.
What is your emergency? Need assistance at County Road 61 and Highway 9. Help is on its way.
Clear! There's a better way to jumpstart your soil back to health. Apply Endzone to protect and increase nitrogen efficiency without killing bacteria. Apply Prevent to increase phosphorus availability and reduce fixation. Better yet, use them both to get more from your fertilizer investment and see higher potential yields. Ag Explorer, your prescription for healthy soil.
Thank you. Can I help you today?
No thanks. I'm just looking. Oh, this is cute. So?
Too tight-headed! Yuck!
You wouldn't do it there. So, don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Like they're the fashion police.
It's the small things in life that you tend to appreciate. The quality of care at SEMO Health Network is no different. They focus on the small details with healthcare that make you feel good, so you can get back to enjoying the small things in no time. They have so many ways to take care of you with 8 locations serving rural communities in need of medical care, including dental facilities and an in-house laboratory.
You'll feel good about this. SEMO Health Network.
Deposit your check here or here or even there. Deposit your check wherever you are with First Midwest Bank's new mobile deposit. Just tap, snap, deposit. It's that simple. New mobile deposit from First Midwest Bank, serving the communities we call home.
Okay, you're hooked up and ready to go.
New Wave knows you're excited about sports, so now's a great time to get connected with the Triple Play package. Crystal clear TV, high-speed internet, and telephone for only $99.99 a month for 12 months. With New Wave Communications, you've got game.
The Bearcat Event Center, it's halftime of the sectional game of the state tournament of the Class 3, where the Charleston Blue Jays hold the 32-26 lead. Marty, what are your thoughts on the first half?
Well, I think Clearwater has been very disciplined. They looked at times we talked about just a minute ago, Terry, that they look like they want to run and be an up-tempo type team, but I think their best case, I still think their best case for them to win would be to very deliberate, hit the back cutters and things. Any good pressure-oriented team, if you're going to compete against that, you need to know where your outlets are at any given time. Those passes into the elbow and the high post areas, those back cutters, Coach Bell has them very well coached.
Yeah, they spaced the floor real well. Even with the couple of times they were able to get out on breaks, they were able to space the floor and fill the lanes, and was successful. And they're doing that on the offense and have begun some cuts down the lane and a couple of backdoor plays. They're a well coached team, well disciplined team.
But also even the penetrating pitch, Rick Pitino's old style, the first time he was at Kentucky, they're able to do that. They got some solid looks from the perimeter as well.
And they did a really good, I thought, very good on the defensive end. They're playing the zone, which is Charleston's been pretty much content to stay on the perimeter with it, which is limiting for the most part Charleston to one shot. Now, in the second quarter, there were times when Charleston was able to get on the offensive boards, but for the most part, Clearwater's been limited in that. Going to give you some scores for some other games in the Class 1 sectional play tonight in Van Buren. Scotts County Central won over the Clarkton Reindeer 72-56. Clarkton got that game back to less than double-digit lead, but when you have to come back for a long way, it just takes your legs out of you to try to catch up. So that sets up a game between Scott County Central and Niagara here at the Bearcat Center on Saturday afternoon. I believe 2:45 is the game, and that game will be broadcast on YHC. Also, we got a text from Travis Termas that Advance at the halftime is at 25-24 over New Haven. And we've seen New Haven play on this floor before a couple of years ago, and they are one of the better coach teams that I've seen.
Yeah, I remember they had a big man about 6'9".
Well, and they played a tough defense.
Yeah.
Well, about a minute to go in the left in the half again. Marty, it looked like Charleston was going to pull away. They went on a 7-0 run, which was largely fueled by their defense, but then Clearwater kept chipping back. It is a 6-point game, but Clearwater's definitely still in the game.
Exactly. If you're Coach Bell, you're telling your team that the game's exactly where I want it to be going into the third quarter. First 3 minutes, Terry, you've heard that your entire life. The first 3 minutes will tell the difference in the contest, most likely.
And I look for Charleston to come out with a lot of intensity. That's something Coach Farmer brings out of his teams, brings them out with a lot of intensity. And he well knows that the key to victory in a lot of games is to start the second half with the blitz.
Looks as if Tamontrell Horton will be starting. I believe that is the starters, the original starters for. No, it's not. Demontrell Clark will start in Kelvondre Moore's place.
Right.
Other than that, the starters are there on the floor. Looks like Clearwater has their starters coming back.
They do have their starters back. You get Clearwater, they're in the home whites, dressed or trimmed in orange. They'll be going left to right on your screen.
And Slack sets the attack for Clearwater as we get started in the third. Over to Ayers. Over past to Smith. Back to Ayers. He looks at the three. Penetrates in the lane. Shot up and no good. Rebounded by Dale Bogan. Shot is off. Rebounded by Tamontrell. To Shandor. Dale with a shot fake. He's penetrating, looking for cutters. Clark back to Bogan. Open look. Shots off. Rebounded by Shandor. Passed away to Horton.
Shandor had the height advantage on the block.
Stolen away by D'Amico. He reverses the ball to Smith. To Ayers. Kicks it out to D'Amico for the three. Long rebound. Stolen away by Ayers. He was on the line, says Jason Light. Charleston basketball. The intensity level is already picked up, Terry.
Sure, on both sides.
Good hustle and good effort by both teams early on this third quarter. I was amazed at the 6-point-something rebounds a ball game by Delfinco. How many times you see your point guard averaging 6 rebounds a game?
Well, he's just a complete player.
Knocked away by Smith. Charleston will inbounds the basketball into their own basket. 6:50 remaining, third quarter. 1-4 low set into Clark. Skip pass to Dell. Still in the 1-2-2. Maybe a 3-2, Terry. He's sagging. I thought Coach Farmer might get into a two-guard attack. Rebound Clark blocked from behind by Ayers. Webster leans in off the glass. 2 points. Shandor Webster.
Webster used his body well on that one by leaning in and then being able to push the defender off.
Walk, travel. Smith with the ball in the paint. Good left hand by Davon Slack.
He scored about 6 points on that same play this game. Just driving the lane and beating everybody to the basket. Got some water on the little moisture.
6 minutes, 3 seconds remaining. Third quarter, this Class 3 sectional game. Charleston with a 34-28 advantage. Shandor does a nice job. And looks like side court. Delfinco inbounds the basketball to Robert. Webster with a long three, in and out. Rebounded by Slack. Out to D'Amico. Back to Slack. Good hard man pressure by Charleston. Slack running one-hander.
Walk.
Traveling, says Jason Reed. Thought he got pushed. But anyway, regardless, Clearwater will inbounds the basketball. Dominic Smith to inbounds. Backside lobby hits the back of the goal. Turnover. The basketball to Charleston. 5:38 remaining, third quarter. Charleston by 6. Webster penetrates to Robert. Looks inside. And Demontrell Clark is fouled by number 22.
Matthew D'Amico.
First foul this half. DeMontrell Clark at the line for 2. First one's off the mark.
It's his first trip to the line. And the first miss by Charleston. They've only shot 3.
Second one gets the bounce. And good. 35-28, Charleston by 7. Backcourt pressure by Robert Bogan. Ayers all the way and scores. Give him the basket, Austin Ayers.
Notice that Ayers wasn't satisfied to break the press just by getting across the timeline. He took it all the way to the basket.
No help side defense by Charleston. Webster reverses to Dale Bogan with the basketball.
Dale's been quiet since the first quarter.
Shot up and off by Robert. Rebounded by Dominic Smith. Outlet to Slack. Just like Clearwater's on a primary break. Lost the ball. Dale Bogan with a steal. Delfinko, the layup. Dale Bogan. 37-30 Charleston with 4:20 remaining, third quarter.
Few maneuver in traffic as well as Dale Bogan does.
Yeah, good balance, great balance. Stolen away by DeMontrell Clark. Left hand, good with the body. Give him the basket. So many role players that do their job just like that, DeMontrell. He didn't play basketball last year at all, Terry. Comes back and really helping his team. Nice pass. Shot is off by Smith, rebounded by Robert Bogan. Charleston's running with a 9-point lead. Now they pull it. Reversed. Webster back to Bogan, to Dale Bogan, to Robert. Charleston's running the same zone attack. Shot up good. 2-point basket by Shandor Webster. Coach Bell wants to talk about it. We'll be back in just a moment. SEMOSportZone.com.
Hi, I'm Cecil Weeks of Quality Center here in downtown Malden, where we've been in business since 1977. We have the best selection of Whirlpool and Maytag appliances. We also have the latest LCD, LED, and plasma high-definition televisions from LG and Sharp, as well as the finest furniture for your living room or bedroom. And don't forget, delivery is available. So come and experience the Quality Center Furniture and Appliance Store in downtown Malden.
I chose Three Rivers College. Caring staff made it easy to enroll. I'm receiving affordable, quality college classes. Day, evening, and online classes let me work college into my schedule.
With locations throughout Southeast Missouri and over 200 course offerings, including online courses, Three Rivers can help you earn a college or career technical degree.
I chose Three Rivers College. You should too.
Enroll today. Learn more at trcc.edu. Three Rivers College. Success starts here.
Okay, and we're back here at the third quarter at the Dexter Bearcat Events Center, where the Charleston Blue Jays lead the Clearwater Tigers 41-30. 3:26 left in this third quarter. And Marty, it looks like the Charleston defense is starting to show the wear on Clearwater.
Doesn't appear to be a big difference in the ball game. Just slowly, just kind of increasing their edge. Shot in and out by Smith. Dale with the primary break. He pulls up. Shot is off. Rebounded by Slack. Davon's going to sleep well tonight, isn't he?
He's been working hard, and he's had to work hard all the way, the entire length of the court.
Slack to D'Amico. And that's going to be a reach on DeMontrell Clark, looks like.
First foul called in this half. Then we played 5 minutes.
Shot is off, back up by Smith. Short. You know what they say, when your legs go, your shot goes?
Yeah, and that's about 4 really short, close-in shots that Clearwater's missed here in the last minute or so.
Dale Bogan with a stick back, 43-30 Charleston. Yeah, this could be a close game if they'd hit their shots that are hittable. Slack, hard defender, looking for those outlets. Look at the back cutters. 1-4 high set. Little Princeton basketball here.
Well, we're going to see. We need more backdoor cuts.
Yeah.
Get Pete Carroll on the bench.
Reach foul, maybe, says Mr. Probst. Jason.
Tigers foul number 22, Matthew D'Amico. Checking in for Charleston, number 12, Christian.
Foul on D'Amico.
Second personal on D'Amico. Second team foul.
Christian Allen in the game for Charleston.
Robert inbounds the basketball to Dale. Back to Robert. Allen did a good job at the high post. When those wings overplay, they're wide open, isn't he?
Yeah, that's one thing about that 1-2-2 zone. That free throw line is going to be open.
There he is.
Just
The
like
mid-range
there.
jumper's there. Christian Allen. It looked to be that possession. Charleston was a lot more patient with this lead. 15-point lead for Charleston with 1:35 in the third quarter. A lot of pressure for the top side by Allen. And Smith reverses the ball back to Slack, and he resets the attack. Shot is up good by Dominic Smith. First basket in about 4 minutes, if I remember correctly, for Clearwater. 45-32.
That's only 6 points in this quarter.
I was going to ask you what the spread was. Tamontrell Horton pulls up the 5-footer, basket's good. Back to 15-point lead by Charleston. We're under a minute in third quarter in this Class 3 sectional. Slack looks in, maintains his dribble to Ayers. He's being guarded by Christian Allen. Penetrates, crossing over. Good job by Allen.
Great job by Allen until right at the end when he just had to reach in.
Where's the defensive help? Got to be some help side. 38 seconds remaining, third quarter. Smith will come out with a breather. In for him is number 20, Bryce Alcorn. Stolen away by Robert Bogan. Out to Dale. Layup good by Delfinco Bogan.
He now has 16 in the game.
Charleston by 17 with 25 ticks remaining, third quarter. Stolen away by Bogan. Delfinco with the drive. The dish to the brother. And he's hacked. I believe that'll be Slack, Terry.
His first. It's only the first foul on Clearwater in this half.
What a complete game by Davon Slack, Terry.
I'm very impressed by him. He plays very well. He plays within himself.
Junior. 6-foot junior. And the second by Robert is also good. 51-32 as we come to the conclusion of the third quarter. 10 seconds remaining. Slack drives. Go to the left hand once again. Basket good by Slack. Robert Bogan, and he will not get a shot off. The end of the third quarter, 51-34 Charleston. We'll be back in just a moment.
Boom! Hey, where are you going? Can't get by me. I'm number 1 in this class. I rule this lab. I'm number 1. Hey, I don't think so. Yes! Winner! I am the king! Woo!
You wouldn't do it there. So, don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
What?
Jerk.
I am Tyler Rowland Hubrecht. I am the Republican nominee for the special election and candidate for the 151st State Representative race. I will be your conservative voice in Jefferson City, committed to fighting for our Southeast Missouri values and principles. I am a lifelong resident of Stoddard County, and I look forward to meeting everyone in our district and talking with you. I ask for your support on August the 5th. Thank you. Paid for by Citizens for Tyler Rowland Hubrecht, Gilbert Woolard, Treasurer.
Okay, we're back at the Bearcat Event Center for the fourth quarter of this sectional state tournament game between Charleston and Clearwater, and Shandor Webster starts off for Charleston. They extend their lead to 19.
Slack brings the ball to front court. Bryce Alcorn getting the start in the fourth quarter for Clearwater. Bryce over to Ayers. Ayers pulls up. 15-footer. Basket's good by Austin Ayers. How's the leading scorer for Clearwater doing tonight?
He now has 8 points in the game.
Okay.
David Slack is the leading scorer for Clearwater with 14.
Allen dumps it in. Ball stolen away. Slack with the basketball. Coach Farmer can't be pleased with Christian Allen. 45 foot from the basket and has a hand check in front court. Nevertheless, good effort for Allen, his few minutes of play. DeMontrell back in for him. Smith looks to inbounds the ball. He does to D'Amico. Stolen away. Stolen
Dangerous
back.
pass.
Pass in lane.
Slow bounce pass.
All right. Slag resets. 3-point air ball by Alcorn. Webster on the run. Pulls up. Slow, soft leaner. Good by Shandor. How many does he
He's
have
in
now,
19 in the game. Shandor's
Wow.
really played a good game this game. You don't expect a 6'5", 6'6" guy to come down and leading the break, but he's very capable of doing that.
Yeah. He can create his own shot. Had a good balance. Ball stolen away by Robert Bogan. Slack over to DeMontrell Clark. Left hand's off. Rebounded by Robert. Basket's good, and he's fouled. D'Amico on that personal. Clearwater fans are not happy over there, Terry.
Well, there's definitely contact. That's 4 on D'Amico.
Shot is off. Free throws off by Robert. You know, it's a wonder they haven't double-teamed Slack more tonight.
He's been their offensive threat in this game. Though if you probably double-teamed him, you'd probably free up Ayers a little bit more.
Well, I tell you, Ayers looks really good at two guard, don't he? At 6'3".
He does. Yeah, he's got very good hands, and he's within himself.
Yeah. Left-handed shot in the ballgame. Who is that? Oh, that's Slack.
No, Slack.
No wonder he goes to the left hand.
Yeah, he's good on the left hand. He's left-handed.
Isn't that one of the great compliments? It took me 3.5 quarters to figure out that he's left-handed. But, you know, all his points have came off layups in the paint.
Well, but he's gone to the right hand a few times.
Absolutely.
When he's come down the right side of the lane, he's gone right hand.
What a compliment, right? What a compliment to the young man.
I think it is.
6:02 remaining, 57-36. Charleston appears to be in charge. At the line for Clearwater, number 21, Dominic Smith. 6-foot senior. First free throw is good. And the second free throw is also good for Smith. Now looks like they're going to extend their pressure. 1-2-2 half-court trap.
Yeah, they don't have much choice but to extend. And, of course, that's going to open up the lanes for Charleston.
Three-point shot by D'Amico off. Rebounded by Delfinco. He's on the run. Left hand good by Delfinco Bogan. Clearwater can't trade baskets, Terry, at this point.
No, they're not going to. And that play there just shows you how good Delfinco Bogan is with the ball. in traffic. I mean, he
created his own shot.
He created his own shot from taking the ball all the way down the court.
Inside, penetrate, dish to Montrell Horton, and his shot is good, and he's fouled.
Dominic Smith is going to be his third.
D'Amico comes out of the ball game. He's replaced by Bryce Alcorn. Mike Kellum into the game for Charleston, replacing Robert Bogan. Montrell tries to complete the three-point play. Shot, free throw's good. 62-38 Charleston with 5:20 remaining in the contest. Ayers sets it at point guard right now. Shot is up by Ayers and good.
Gets him in double figures with 10.
Coach Farmer's not pleased with the defense there. Pushed by number 34, Hayden Clark. Wait for Charleston to get in the two-guard attack out here out front. They haven't done that yet. Take some of the pressure off.
Yeah, and I think that is special. I think you're exactly right that that will take some of the pressure off. But Clearwater's getting tired, and it's starting to show.
Garrett Harbison into the game for Clearwater.
6'2" junior.
So here we go with the 1-2, 1-1 half-court trap. I don't know that those two can still trap Dale.
That's the whole thing. You know, when you get behind like they are, they don't have much choice but to go with the defense.
Nice hustle by Montrell Clark. He dumps the basketball into Delfinco, and he's fouled by Davon Slack.
So what I was going to say, you know, they don't have much choice if they want to, but to take some chances on defense, and most of the time, especially with a team like Charleston, that's just going to lead. That just leads more into Charleston and what Charleston wants to do.
Exactly. With 44 into the game, Dylan Davis, a 5'7" senior, replacing Bryce Alcorn. And now Kavondre Moore, 5'8" sophomore, into the game. He started most of the season. Shot is good by Bogan. Delfinco, 64-40. Charleston by 24 with 4:25 remaining in the game.
Bogan now has 20.
Double team in the wing there. Jump ball. Good job by Horton. Battling Dominic Smith inside. Possession arrow points to Clearwater. 1-4 attack, playing it in on the inbounds. Time was stopped. And now Clearwater inbounds the basketball.
Let's send Ayers to the line.
Charleston foul number 45 to Montrell Horton. Fourth personal, team foul number 5 at the line.
That's 4 on to Montrell Horton. 5th team foul. I would think at this point Ayers is going to take the majority of the shots, right?
I would think that. He's been their go-to guy this year.
D'Amico
for
returns.
a lot of his career. I mean, anybody that's scored 1,000 points,
yeah.
they've been gone to lots of times.
Exactly. Shot is good by Ayers. Delfinco's looking at a 1-2-1-1 zone, half-court zone trap. Charleston spreads the floor. So far, no basketball pressure. He splits the defenders, and he gets fouled. Is that on Slack? it is. 8th team foul, so Delfinco will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. (65-41), Charleston in control. Delfinco will have the second free throw.
It's like Robert going to be coming in for him.
Robert Bogan returns, replacing his younger brother, Delfinco Bogan. He must be through for the night, Terry.
Yeah, if he's through, he's through with 22 points.
Quiet 22, isn't it?
That was a quiet 22 for him. No threes.
He had a quiet 32 or 3 against Caruthersville.
That wasn't all that quiet. When he went down 3 different times and hit those threes, that wasn't all that quiet.
Shot is blocked. Shot attempt by D'Amico, blocked by Shandor Webster.
And that's one of the things that Webster does very, very well, is block shots.
Inbound to Slack. Coach Farmer is not pleased with Robert there. I would think at this point you don't want to stop the clock, huh?
You don't want to stop the clock. You don't want to foul the jump shooter.
Slack's had an excellent ball game.
I'm very impressed by him.
Maybe 1 or 2 turnovers. I'm telling you, he's done a phenomenal job handling the basketball, penetration.
And against pressure the whole game. He's been pressured the whole game by the Charleston defense, and not just one guy. Sometimes it's Del Bogan, sometimes it's Robert, sometimes it's Clark.
Shot is up, good by Slack. They look to lose 4 starters, Clearwater does. Looking at next year. Pass, shot up, good by Montrell Horton. 68-43 Charleston.
Montrell Horton has 13 in the game.
Wow.
Good
Solid.
scoring game for him.
And you know he's a quick leaper. He kind of slices in between and rebounds, getting his rebounds. Steal layup by Robert Bogan. He's a quick leaper. Montrell, he gets in between the grooves and gets in between the defenders. Knifes his way through. Slag with the layup again. 70-45, 2:42 remaining in this Class 3 sectional contest.
You know, one thing that's, over the years, it's very hard for a guard to beat a Charleston defender to the bucket, and Slack has done that a few times tonight.
Yeah. Jamel Nelson, Tyler Craig, Mike Kellum, Cavondre Moore, and Austin Haley all in the game for Charleston as they clean the bench out. Austin Haley's a senior, first-year basketball player. Tyler Craig's a junior. Mike Kellum is a junior. No, he's a senior, excuse me. And Cavondre is a sophomore.
Dylan Davis, 5'7" seniors in the game for Clearwater.
Ball's deflected out of bounds. Mike Kellum will play the ball in for Charleston. Into the backcourt to Moore. Haley to Nelson. Jamel's another young man who didn't play much basketball in middle school. He's really come on. If you'll notice, he's a strong vertical leaper. Slack penetrates and he's fouled once again. Jamel Nelson gets into the scorebooks with a personal. Now Coach Bell brings back in Hayden Clark, number 20. And that's Bryce Alcorn back in. Number 50, Tyrone Carroll. And number 40, Garrett Harbison.
And I like Coach Bell. He's given some of his seniors a hug for giving him several good years. Clearwater always has a good program.
First up by Slack's good. He's a very good basketball coach, Terry, isn't he?
Yeah, he is that. And I like the Clearwater fans, even though their team's getting beat pretty soundly. They recognize the hard work these young men have done, and gave them a good hand coming to the sideline in recognition of a very good season. Standing ovation for Davon Slack.
What a ball
deserved.
game. The junior, he'll be back next year.
He got 20.
Terry, I think Coach Bell used to coach at Bloomfield maybe. And I think he's actually, ball's shot up, deflected. Haley's shot is deflected. Kellum, ball is stolen away, out of bounds. Charleston will retain possession. I believe he's the principal at Clearwater High School, I think. Lewis. That's tough. That's hard to do.
That's tough to do, to be the principal and the coach.
Yeah. Nelson. Three-point basket. Jamel Nelson.
Remember a few years ago when Larry Morgan was at East Carter, he was the superintendent and the coach.
Wow.
And that's when East Carter had pretty good teams. That's been a while ago.
If they're gonna get Nelson, he's gonna make sure he's in the books. Good hustle by Nelson. And Hayden Clark will go to the line. Excuse me, Tyler Craig gets the personal. First free throw is up, good by Hayden Clark. Excuse me, Hayden Clark will be back next year, the 6'3 junior. Him and Slack will be a good inside-outside duo to build around.
Yeah, he's a wide body that has really clogged up the lane and gotten a lot of rebounds tonight.
Nelson back to Moore. Inside to Kellum. Haley looks in. Craig, one dribble on the baseline. Pass is stolen away by Garrett Harbison. Harbison over to Alcorn. Shot is off. No good. Clark with the rebound, and he's fouled.
Charleston foul number 50, Tyler Craig.
Tyler Craig's second personal. Minute and 7 remaining in the ball game. This Class 3 sectional looks as if Charleston will advance on and play the winner of Winfield and Madison Prep, Terry.
That game will be Saturday, I believe, at Hillsboro at Jeffco.
2:45 in the afternoon. I think Madison Prep's probably favored in that game tonight.
2 for Hayden Clark.
Got one update. Advance up 42-36 at the end of the third quarter over New Haven. Alcorn bringing the basketball up. Looks to pass. Reverses the ball to Doyle Hathaway. Ball's tipped out of bounds, and Clearwater will keep the basketball with 41 seconds remaining. Charleston 73, Clearwater 51. Looks like Charleston will advance on to the quarterfinal round. Nelson with the run-out layup, good. I thought perhaps he might dunk the basketball. Tremendous vertical for
but it's hard, but you got to get your steps.
Winner of Saturday's contest will play at the Hearn Center next weekend. Nice touch pass. Kellum off the mark on the layup, rebounded by Clark. 3 seconds. And Terry, that'll be the ball game. Charleston 75, Clearwater 51. We'll be back in just a few moments to wrap up tonight's Class 3 sectional contest.
In 1958, my father Alan started in the car business, and today we're celebrating over 55 years in the car business.
A lot of things have changed.
Brands have come and gone. Models have been redesigned.
But one thing has always stayed the same.
Our commitment to our customers, our drive for complete satisfaction,
and our mission to give the best service in the area.
Professional grade runs in the family. Stop by today and see us at Allen Christian Buick GMC in Dexter.
What is your emergency? Need assistance at County Road Highway 9. Health is at its weight.
Clear! There's a better way to jumpstart your soil back to health. Apply Endzone to protect and increase nitrogen efficiency without killing bacteria. Apply Prevent to increase phosphorus availability and reduce fixation. Better yet, use them both to get more from your fertilizer investment and see higher potential yields. Ag Explorer, your prescription for healthy soil.
Thank you. Can I help you today?
No thanks. I'm just looking. Oh, this is cute. So?
Too tight-headed! Yuck!
You wouldn't do it there. So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Like they're the fashion police.
It's the small things in life that you tend to appreciate. The quality of care at SEMO Health Network is no different. They focus on the small details with healthcare that make you feel good, so you can get back to enjoying the small things in no time. They have so many ways to take care of you with 8 locations serving rural communities in need of medical care, including dental facilities and an in-house laboratory.
You'll feel good about this. SEMO Health Network.
Deposit your check here or here or even there. Deposit your check wherever you are with First Midwest Bank's new mobile deposit. Just tap, snap, deposit. It's that simple. New mobile deposit from First Midwest Bank, serving the communities we call home.
Good evening and welcome back to the Class 3 sectional contest tonight, where the Charleston Blue Jays end up defeating the Clearwater Tigers. Terry, do you have some stats for us, sir?
I sure do. For the Clearwater Tigers, who finished their season with a fine record of 21-4, they were led by their junior Davon Slack, with very impressive 20 points. Austin Ayers finished a very excellent career with 11. 6 points each for Matthew D'Amico and Hayden Clark, and 4 for Dominic Smith. For the victorious and Charleston Blue Jays, who better their record to 22-7, they were led by Delfinko Bogan, no surprise there. 22 points. Shandor Webster chipped in a good 19, good balanced 19. 13 points for Demontrell Horton, 8 points for Robert Bogan, 5 for Jabil Nelson, 4 for Christian Allen, 3 each for Demontrell Clark and Mike Kellum for the 75%. Clearwater shot 15 for 17 from the free throw line. That's 88%. Charleston shot 10 for 12. That's 83%. Some excellent free throw shooting. And just an excellent game by Charleston. They executed their game plan well. They're, as usual, the Charleston defense wears down the other team.
Yeah, I thought midway through the second quarter and certainly the third quarter told the tale of the game. Those first 3 minutes we talked about are most important in the outcome of contest, of the pressure warm down. I agree, Terry. Good balanced scoring by Charleston. Where do they go from here? We know that they'll play the winner of
Madison Prep and Whitfield, which is being played tonight. That game will be played Saturday afternoon at Hillsboro, Missouri, at the Jefferson College Gymnasium in Hillsboro at 2:45. If they win there, then they move on to the Final Four, where they've been so many times, and they've won so many state titles. They're for Charleston to be in this position is no surprise at any time. They're one of the storied programs of in the state of Missouri, and they're no stranger to being in a championship game.
Part of that, I think, is the schedule difference we talked about prior to the ball game. their kids were tested. The strength of their schedule, I think, had a lot to do with tonight's outcome, don't you, Terry?
Well, I do. I mean, they play in the SEMO Conference, and the SEMO Conference is always a strong conference, but this year has been an exceptionally strong conference. You know, there's 9 teams in the SEMO Conference, and 8 of them were pretty good.
Right.
And, you know, you played the SEMO Conference, strong schedule there against all the teams you got to play, the Cape Girardeaus, the Sykestons, Kennett, Notre Dame, New Madrid. You just got to play that many good teams in the SEMO Conference. They play in the Cape Christmas tournament, which is one of the excellent fields of any tournament in the state, especially in the top half of that bracket.
The Superman Classic also.
They also play the Superman Classic. So they're not afraid to play anybody, and they're battle tested by the time they get to this point. Sure, they've lost 7 games, but they play, they'll play anybody, and they play a good schedule, and it always comes out well for them by the end of the year.
Yeah, excellent. They don't really care what the record is. They're battle tested and ready for tonight, like they showed. Scores, Terry, before we go in the area tonight.
Okay, the Scott County Central Braves were over the Clarkton Reindeers 72-56. Scott County Central played Niagara. That'll be a game that'll be held here at the Bearcats Center on Saturday afternoon at 2:45 and be brought to you on the YHC TV and SportsZone.com. With 2 minutes left to play, the Advance Hornets lead New Haven 57-50. So Advance looks in be in pretty good shape to advance. Again, it's in Southeast Missouri basketball, and some people in other parts of the state may get tired of us talking about how good Southeast Missouri basketball is, but I've said many times we're pretty chauvinistic when it comes to basketball, and we know how good Southeast Missouri basketball is, and it's been shown over the years how good it is.
Al Jackson's publications help me understand the depth of what you're talking about, Terry. Again, we appreciate you guys viewing by SEMOSportsZone.com or YHC TV Channel 21 on your cable channel. For Terry McVeigh, this is Marty Young. We bid you a very pleasant good evening. Thank you.